Feature Friday.
The freshest. Oh, okay.
Wow!
Oh, that's phenomenal.
This is a song, bro.
It is.
How much it means. Got feelings.
Yeah. My God, listen to the crowd. Hello, people. Welcome back.
We're gonna check out a very interesting video today. We're gonna check out two versions of the same song, but I think it's very valuable if we were to pay a little bit of attention of the background of the times, because this is actually quite an important song when it comes to the rock scene in China. So let me take you back to the 1980s. In the late 1980s, China was in the era of planned economy. Most people's jobs were arranged and distributed by the national government. The pace of life was slow, work and family were stable, and there was not much entertainment. People were in a utopia, full of romanticism.
Ooh, very cool way to describe society.
With the advent of the market economy in the early 1990s, people's methods of making money have become more diverse. The coastal trade speculators became rich, and they replaced the down-to-earth laborers to become the new leader of the era. People's peaceful life was broken and replaced by comparison, showing off wealth and desire. This change of the times made the employees and workers who originally lived in utopia very panicked. From 1994 to 1999, the reform of state-owned enterprises made many people unemployed, and a large number of workers were laid off. The vast majority of people in state-owned enterprises had been accustomed to living with experience. They entered the factory too early and were too old when they were laid off, and lacked the ability to re-employ. As a result, most workers' familiar avenues of livelihood were cut off. Society has been unable to change. Peaceful life has been broken, and people have gradually become slaves of money without the protection of the system. They are bound by the trend of the times and have to keep working for a living. So this is, I guess, the big economical revolution in China, where people's lives were changed dramatically, and I presumed that it inspired
incredible art.
Yes. This is one of the most messed up aspects of the human experience. Usually during the most repressed, difficult, harsh times of societies is when some of the world's greatest art
comes to fruition. I love the fact that suffering is such a human part of living, right? Like there's no other way of describing a more binding unifying experience that we all suffer at different parts of our lives. And the beauty of taking that suffering and turning it into art is turning something so that has so much despair into something that has that provides so much beauty and entertainment. To me, will always be one of the greatest things that we can achieve as humans. So
the song's name is Kill the One from Shijiazhuang. This is a city from the Hebei province in China.
我就到了自行车厂，我这先入团后入党，我上过3次光荣榜。
This beautiful cinematography. Wow.
眼瞅要提副组长，领导一直跟我谈话，说单位减员要并厂。
I suppose these are like the abandoned factories.
国家想，我不下岗谁上岗？
Wow.
A lot of angst.
It describes the societal climate.
And no surprise that the genre that would come to scream society's feelings would be rock.
Definitely.
Historically, this is what has always happened. Harmonica?
I don't know. It's hard to decipher it because it kind of sounds like a string instrument to me. It could be both.
Yeah. Not an accordion, no way.
Ooh, cool equalization. Ooh, beautiful chord progression. That's really nice.
云层深处的黑暗啊，淹没心底的景观。
That's a suona there. I
It
recognize
is,
that.
yes, that's true.
Accordion here, sax, trumpet.
Trumpet, yeah. Trombone and a clarinet in the back.
Is it a clarinet?
Oh, well, it could not be, I don't know.
So, erhu.
Ooh, that song is so nicely equalized.
Because I know this is just a visual
人民商场
aid
Mm-hmm.
用一张假钞
someone has made.
买一把假枪
It must be encompassed with the lyricism of the song itself.
他的生活直到大厦崩塌，夜幕覆盖华北平原，忧伤浸透他的脸。
Oh, okay.
Wow!
Ah. Oh, that's phenomenal.
It's not rock, it's alternative. It's like no party for Caledonia.
Yeah, it does. I totally hear that alternative rock influence in here.
河北师大附中，
And then you hear the change of equalization for his
疯狂
vocals
少
too.
年被向往，
Ooh, so
沉默
nice.
的注视。
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a song, bro.
It is phenomenal.
无法离开的教室，生活
that
在
bass
经
line.
验里。
Ooh, the vocal is so.
一万匹脱缰的马，在他脑海中奔跑。
What a track!
Arrangement. The
No, and the bass line is so potent as well.
angst, the suffering, the uncertainty.
The absolute need to shout from the
Leads to the unthinkable.
Boom, the guitar, the electric guitar.
Such a good solo to describe anxiety.
Definitely. Ooh, it's so distorted. Oh, phenomenal, phenomenal.
And then at the end of it all, you must return
时
to
光
work.
荏苒，社会变革，如今为了时代发展的进程要求他离开，我们总要试着做点什么。如果我们成功，它将会成为一道亮丽的风景， 失败，它将会成为一段美好的记忆。
That's so heavy, bro. What the fuck? Jesus. Oh my god, bro. People feel like that's so brutal. Cause imagine, because that video is like immensely popular, and the comment section, you know, is like full of discussion and conversations and stuff. And I can only look at them through sort of the translated lens. And the song obviously immensely impactful and very popular. It's like so many people feel like this. Like, fuck. And I guess that it's so ingrained into the part of the human experience. Like there's only one thing guaranteed in life, and there's two things guaranteed in life. One of them is suffering, and the other one is death. There's also uncertainties that give you hope, like love, friendship, dreams. But the brutal reality is that most men and most women are living lives of utter angst, quiet desperation, and a feeling of the world simply does not understand them and displaces them and
forgets them. I think the huge undertone, the element here is not the fact that they have been displaced, but the fact that they have been forgotten. I think the absolute disdain from the societal perspective, where you displaced all these old people from their livelihoods, you take them away from what they've known, and just let them survive by their own means with absolutely nothing else to aid them. It's not only disheartening, but they have been forgotten as a community, as part of the society itself.
And then it feels like the world just left you behind, and there is no other way out.
And it's generational. That translates to the following generation, and you can see that in
that section of the guy celebrating with a gun, I guess to symbolize everyone seems to be celebrating life,
the new beginning of the new era, but
yet I'm celebrating with the causer of death.
And not only that, he's standing there. That scene is quite symbolic, because he's standing with his offspring, his young child, next to him, and there's a city bubbling with life, and he is standing in the countryside with absolutely nothing to aid such a celebration. And I think the imagery itself kind of represents a lot of the unheard suffering that the society kind of left these workers behind.
Let's have a look at the lyrics. Quite a heavy episode.
Yeah.
Do apologize if it's too heavy. The lyrics is: finished work at 6 p.m. I changed out of the drug factory uniform. The wife's making porridge. I go drink a few bottles of beer. Live this way for 30 years until the building collapse. The deep dark clouds are drowning the view in my heart. At the octagonal sales counter in the Crazy People's Market, used a counterfeit banknote to buy a fake gun, defending her way of life until the building collapsed. Night's darkness covers the North China plain. Her face is soaked in distress.
That's such a beautiful way to refer to the country as a woman hidden behind smoke. That's
I guess also you could interpret it in many ways, right? It could actually be an actual female. It could actually be usually the motherland as well. Is used as a feminine concept. But again, it's art, so I guess it is open to interpretation. I'm sure the creator and the composer and the musicians and the band had an intent.
Definitely.
But
it's heavily poetic.
Yeah, but the magic of poetry is you can interpret in different ways. I'd love to see your interpretation of this piece. Please do share it in the comments. Hey Bay Prep High School, a ping pong playing boy faced away from me. I silently observed, unable to leave behind the classroom, living in past experience until the building collapsed. 10,000 horses off leash, are running within his mind. Lived this way for 30 years until the building collapsed. 10,000 horses off leash are running with his mind. Lived this way for 30 years until the building collapsed. The deep dark clouds are drowning the view in my heart. The artist is called Omnipotent Youth Society, which is a
cool
rock band from mainland China. The vocalist and guitarist Dong Yaqian. The bassist Ji Gen. Again, I'm always very sorry when I mispronounce this stuff. Trumpeter. Some girls and some guys say it's like, oh, it's actually kind of funny, and then some people are like, oh, it's actually kind of cute.
Hey, okay. Listen, I'm sorry.
I apologize regardless, because I think it's probably vomit-inducing. The trumpeter was Shi Li, and drummer was Yang Yugen. Really nice arrangements. I wonder if it was actually him who also came out with the instrumentalization, the rhythmical section of the song.
It actually, to be completely honest, the band itself, it's such a beautiful composition of instruments. You have a lovely sonic space being filled in the most angst-inducing but melodic way possible. It's a really fine... it's a very delicate balance to find, right, because you're talking about complete conceptual opposites. So you're talking about an anxiety-filled song with a lot of suffering, a lot of depth, a lot of societal repression, and then you are talking from a musical perspective, a very beautiful chord progression, a soul-wrenching singing, and then incredible climax with trumpets and heavily disturbed electric guitars, and it's such a beautiful chaos. It's such beautiful chaos.
The band was formed in 2002, and the songs often describe the dull and hopeless reality, but it doesn't make people feel downcast. Instead, the powerful chords of the crazy electric guitar, the infectious trumpet, and the cello gives people a type of courage to continue living. Their music is hard, full of blood and struggle. I think that is the conclusion of the song. It's the point of it. It's not to realize how hopeless or how brutal and harsh reality may be. We think we're definitely much more powerful than when we're alone.
Oh, definitely.
If we're together. So I really like that idea of creating this type of art. Perhaps at face value it may be quite depressing and heavy, but the more you analyze it and the deeper you go within its own layers, the more hope and light you're able to see that it casts with a facade of pure shadows.
I love the fact that from a foreign perspective like ours, you are able to depict the layers in which you are seeing the depiction of a societal oppression in this particular way. Because even though it is, the first impression is that of a bleak reality or something that it's very hard to escape. I love the fact that through this way of art, you are able to see another encouragement within it.
Well, Kill the One from Shi Jiangshuang was written by the bassist, Ji Gang, and composed by the vocalist and guitarist Dong Yaqian. It was created in 2006 and it was actually released 4 years later in 2010.
Wow, okay. I wonder why it took that long time to come out.
The song is a description of the hearts of people who obviously have been abandoned by the post-industrial era. Mm-hmm. It expresses the last generation who received an idealistic education under the sunset of the planned economy. However, what they see in real life is full of money, material and desires. The strong pain and powerlessness deep in their hearts are the erosion for their passion and self-esteem. Born in ideals and die in desires. This is the truest portrayal of that generation.
I suppose the band itself and its members...
of this generation.
Yeah, I suppose the band itself and its members are the product of that generation, which means that they have lived it firsthand in terms of what the repercussion of the end of the industrial era had in their lives. They are the children of...
Yeah, I guess if we would have lived in China, we would have been the offspring of that generation, right? Because so Vale and I, we grew up in the 90s, late 90s. Vale is 95, I'm 98, so I barely grew up in the 90s. I just say that because it's cooler. So it would have been like our parents. So this generation is kind of seeing the repercussions and the consequences of that. And I guess the stories that the previous generation will be able to have
even
will
the
be
grandparents. So our grandparents would have been the workers in the industrial era. So that means that we would have seen firsthand the results of this.
You have to let us know in the comments if you have a chance to speak to your grandparents or your parents and they have any stories to share. It would be quite nice to sort of, share that experience and I guess give them a voice to a certain extent, because even though it has passed, it's been 2 decades nearly. We're closing in the third decade, right? Like we're only 7 years away from 2030, which is mental to me.
Craziness.
So it would be quite cool to sort of see that experience and for us to get a better understanding on the situation, how it was in a different parts of the world. Let's have a look at it live, because I'm very curious on how this will translate live.
This would absolutely be euphoric beyond belief.
I agree.
2013, okay,
Yep.
cool. Cool.
Yippee! I love the drum.
Oh, I love that feedback. Cool.
What are the flags saying, guys?
Oh, big opening compared to how we heard it in the track. Oh, very, very nice. Ooh, I love the trumpet. Oh, you can hear the people in the background.
How much it means.
Yeah.
Got feelings.
Yeah. Well, this represents so much.
Yeah. That's why I love music.
This is not just a song, it's a hymn. You see? It's a freaking hymn. It's the song of a generation. What a calm singer, though. He is so collected.
What the fuck?
Was he swimming on the people?
Look at this guy.
He was crowd surfing. My God, listen to the crowd.
See? Beauty and unity. He's very serene.
That's what I said. What a calm and collected singer. Just imagine having your song being sung back to you that way, in such feral emotion.
I think it also pays a heavy price. You the creator of that?
Oh, definitely,
Heavy toll.
definitely. But this is the biggest representation of we're united in our suffering, you know?
And beauty can emerge from that.
Correct.
Light can emerge from that.
Correct. It can be used as fuel.
You can do great things.
That's right. From dark comes the light, and that's just the way it is.
He's an underrated singer, bro.
He is, isn't he? He's good. I don't think he's underrated. We just never heard him before.
I mean, technically.
Yeah. Also, that guitar is so beautifully equalized.
No rush. Let music be music.
What a wonderful singer.
Good girl, man.
Wow, it's just so euphoric. He's a phenomenal vocalist, phenomenal.
How much it means to everyone.
Oh, such a beautiful musical climax. It comes out of nowhere. Ooh! What a cool thing to have the electric guitar do the same riff as the saxophone. Oh, that bass. Wow, that drummer is on fire! Wow! Make it weep.
Yeah, nice little bass on it. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, it's just musically so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's definitely alternative rock, you know.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
this-
saxo guy.
That's real music, man. You're watching real music. And I get these guys play for hours.
Oh, you can feel it though. I would watch every single second.
Nice. I think that's why he's so energy efficient. Guessing that's the outro. Jesus.
Look at that eye contact, they're ready. I love how palpable they
Last
are
one.
as a rock band. So great.
Nah. Jesus.
That's phenomenal.
And also, what a good example of like, because the drummer, a lot of his arrangements were mainly singles, single stroke. He did do, I guess, more complicated things. He just has a lot of speed, which is really cool. But what a cool drummer of like, he always he stick to the beat like glue, obviously, like every world class drummer should be. But he has such a good understanding on where to put adornments, when to put flair,
Embellishments, yeah.
embellishments. There's no fat in that meat. It's all well cut, it's all delicious. Yeah,
Very
that's what I
lean.
say. I like him.
I suppose that in terms of like the way the song is received is absolutely phenomenal. Exactly what I expected it to be, knowing the societal approach and how it had been received.
I'm impressed.
I'm beyond impressed. The musical elements in the live arrangement are so much more full of life. They're injected with this incredibly contagious energy. Having the climax build towards the point of absolute explosion that leaves the audience were entranced by the time the song ends. It's such a magnificent way of making alternative rock music from the musical perspective, but beyond the subject of the song or what the lyricism represented for the people.
I think they're really both. It's one of those songs where they're so intertwined. You can't review one without the other.
Correct, but in songs where the concept and the message sometimes is so it's the main course of the song. A lot of the times the live performances can fall off in terms of the musical accompaniment.
Yeah, well, they rely only on one aspect of a song,
correct.
success, and then they sort of let the other one go.
Do
I guess
its own thing. But in this performance, you have both so beautifully filled with such contagious energy. It's hard to look at one side of the song and not the other.
you can isolate them and review them. I guess that's
Yes.
what we did. But in unison, they are genuinely one of the best like compositions we have reviewed in a good while.
Definitely.
In terms of alternative rock, and this will go into my playlist the same way. Like No Party for Cowdown was like a very big deal to us.
Yes.
This is sort of in that realm where it's going to get absolutely replayed at home.
Yeah.
Apart from that, guys,
you bet.
thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. We have a lovely team of people that helps us translate, and they let us know what's the community saying and stuff like that. We also check it, and we use Google Translate, which is not the best, so I'm sorry if some of your comments come out really weird. But at least we get a little bit of a chance on how to read them and communicate with you. And aside from that, thank you so much. Keep hitting the like button, keep subscribing. It means the world. Goodbye.
Goodbye.